Okay, I will shoot first.
Go for it. Anders, get our final underway. Well, it's a 10 to start by the looks of things. And an even better one from Sara there.
A fantastic opening arrow from both these archers, both these finalists in the first lockdown knockout.
Looks like both archers scored a 9 on their second arrow.
Doesn't look like we'll be having a perfect 150 here today.
Was that clip the line?
Quite possibly.
Well, Chris, I've got a 29, plays a 28 here. So as you predicted, there's not going to be the 150 that we were hoping for. But look, while the archers go down to pick...
I've been training more than I would have if I were not invited. So...
And to give an idea, because, obviously archery is a sport where you have to go through a process over and over again. You want to try and repeat that process. What do you do to chill out?
I game. I do gaming.
You game,
I play a lot of games.
What game are you playing now?
Right now I'm playing Rainbow Six Siege. That's kind of the new thing I do. So I finally got into level 30, so now I can play ranked. But I'm not good. But it's fun to do something you're not good at and try to get better.
And obviously you're looking for sponsors, so you might as well tell us which station you use to play your games.
Oh, I'm a PlayStation guy, so I'm playing PS.
Yeah, me too.
PS4.
FIFA,
Yeah.
FIFA on PlayStation is incredible. It's the best game ever. Well, listen, it's been absolutely fantastic having you in this tournament. And I know we kind of put you on the spot here because Sara has had some technical issues. It sounds like she's near. It's nearly back. She's nearly back. What did you feel about competing against Sara, knowing that you were going to compete against Sara, who is arguably the best female archer in the world at the moment?
No, it's kind of cool because I just shot against Mikey, and now I get the opportunity to shoot against Sara as well. So you kind of get the two of the best guys ever to do archery at the same tournament. So for me, it's pretty cool. It's something that I can like check off on my to-do list in archery.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're still so young, just 20 years old. I mean, what's the world got in front of you? Are you going to be carrying on for another 2-3 Olympic Games?
Well, we have to see about the quarantine, like the corona stuff. If the cancellations of tournaments still continue, I don't know how long I can continue on this level. But if next year they open up to more competitions, I will definitely keep on shooting. So you'll probably see me around for the next, I don't know, 10 years or so.
I certainly hope so, mate. It's been absolutely fantastic watching you shooting in this competition, and I look forward to seeing you shoot more and more. But listen, enough of our chat. I know it's Sunday afternoon and it's Norway Day and stuff, but unfortunately Sara's back, so we're going to have to get on with the competition. Chris, did you fix everything?
I'm not held responsible for any of this. Technology is not my thing today. We didn't do the pre-show because Zoom wasn't working. Now I've screwed up the connection in Colombia. I mean, just blame me and let's move on with this thing, shall we?
We had to wait for the final for all these technical glitches, but somehow we managed to make it through, and it's time for end 2 of the Lockdown Knockout Final. So, Anders, we're all square. It's over to you.
It'll be Sara first because she's trailing.
No, I shot 28.
No.
You shot 28?
27? Yeah, I shot 28. 299. No,
it was so long ago that I've forgotten.
Chris, you're getting everything wrong today. If I can just advise you to shut up for just a second so Anders can get on with it.
I'm out now. Goodbye.
Anders, over to you for end 2. Well, that could be on the 10 line. Oh, that's a lovely shot from Sara. I think we're still struggling with a bit of sound from Colombia, but we still got Anders going. Another one that could be clinging to the line. I'm going to put that as a 10 on my scoreboard.
He's hitting a little low, as Anders.
Great shot again from Sara. She's found the middle of the target for sure.
Very impressive, considering you might be a little bit worried with all this connectivity issue going on.
Great shot there from Anders. I've got him down for a 30, but Sara's been shooting so well in this end. Another one. I'm going to call that definitely a 30 for Sara Lopez, and looks like she's happy with it. We can't hear her, but she can hear us, I'm told. Chris, 2 arrows from Anders on the line. Are you calling those 10s?
No, they'll be tight. I think that one in the bottom left is probably the closest. I mean, we got that first end wrong. We thought he got a 29, and I got it wrong for longer than everybody else. So I'd be interested to see what those 2 line calls come out with. I don't think any of Sara's are in doubt. Hopefully, at some point we'll get her sound back, and we'll be back in the lead room.
I believe we've got Sara back, but let's go to Anders first. Anders, what have you scored?
I saw 10, 10, and then 10.
So 3 10s from Anders Faugstad from Norway in Stavanger, and in Pereira, it's Sara Lopez. That was some great shooting, Sara. You've got a 30, I think?
I have a 30.
Right, well, the sound isn't perfect, but I think Sara said it was a 30, so we're still square. It's 58 apiece. Chris, how are you feeling today? Because you seem a little bit, off edge.
Well, we got... Right. Thanks, Karen. I mean, things aren't going perfectly today, obviously, and I appear to be flustered. Despite that, Sara's managed to throw 3 10s in, after a connection issue. And that is why they are some of the best archers in the world, and I'm frankly an amateur commentator.
No, you're not at all. I know that you've had some troubles today. You were doing like it's almost like the Super Bowl, doing like a pre-show before the main final. But I know you had some technical issues that threw you off kilter. But look, it's great shooting here. Just 2 points dropped by both archers. I'm sure you've got some words for our finalists.
Yeah, how are you doing, Sara? Are you okay?
I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
I'm really sorry. It's really hot on my phone and my iPad overheated, so I had to go and call my brother. He's right here with an umbrella. You can't see him, but he's right here. And also my father. So I'm really
Well,
sorry. But
no
everything is working
problem.
now.
No problem at all, Sara. We had a lovely chat with Anders whilst you were fixing everything. Listen, you're all tied
Yeah,
up
it
in
was
this
really
final.
stressful.
Oh, bless you.
I'm
Look,
sorry.
everything's fine. Let's crack on. It's time for N3 of Lockdown Knockout Live. Anders, all square, so it's over to you. Oh, that's dropped very low. That's a 9 for me, Chris.
Yeah, we saw that in Anders' last match. There was that one arrow that he just held on to for a long time, and he threw it low, ripping off his release 8.
Sara just ignoring us completely and shooting a 10.
No, I think that one could be low as well.
Really?
Critical arrows on this first arrows of the third end.
That's a little low, but I think it might be a 10.
Again on the line.
Wow.
Oh, the clouds there, it looks a little difficult to see that one, but that also looks like it's close.
Well, Sarah said low after she shot it. She's clicked her sight, could have clipped it. She'll try and move those up into the middle.
Anders has put another one low and right. I think that's another 9 from him. Straight in the middle, though, for Sara. You know what, Chris? I think that's 28 apiece for the pair of them again. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it could be. His line calls are very, very difficult to tell from afar. Anders' first and third shots, the bottom two targets are definitely out, but that first one could well have clipped. Sara, that last one's in, and the other two are on the line as well. So we really need to hear what they can say, what they can see down at the targets.
Yeah,
Well,
we certainly do.
I have 10, 10, 10.
Wow, a
I'll start
10,
putting the line.
10, 10 for Lopez. Absolutely beautiful shooting. And I think that has probably put her into the lead. Anders, what have you got?
Well, I have a 9, 10, and a 9 way out there.
Wow,
28.
So a 28 for Anders Faugstad, a perfect 30 for Sara Lopez. And look what that has done to the scores. Lopez leads 88 to 86. Chris, look, you've been talking all through the tournament about these tight calls with these skinny arrows. Sara, we thought had a 10 and 2 9s, but actually it turns out she's got 3 10s.
Yeah, and all the arrow has to do is touch that black line to move it into the middle. She said abajo after her first shot. That obviously means low. My Spanish is, perfect, as you all know.
Down.
And so she's recognizing where it is. She's just making that small adjustment on the sight to bring it up to the middle. I'd like to ask Anders, that first shot, that was a long hold like we saw in your last match. Did you have the same kind of issue?
No, I was just
Well,
I was seeing double.
the light is changing a lot.
Sara, we're asking Anders a question there, but we heard the lights changing a lot, and I can see the clouds moving overhead. But Anders, back to you. That second shot was a long hold, as Chris said. Any issues?
Yeah, I'm having I have this thing over my eye so that I don't see double, but I moved it through the line. The past round I must have moved it, so I saw double. So I was a little bit unsure where to aim. So it just kind of, it was a bad shot.
It was a bad
basically.
shot. And this is this incredible thing for me about archery, that the archers, they can shoot tens time and time again, but it's not just about shooting that high number. It's about the perfection of the shot, and that's so crucial. But we are at the end of the third end. We're going to go into the fourth, and it's Sara Lopez from Colombia who is leading this final. It's time for end 4 and Anders Faugstad to shoot first. Great start for Anders there. A 10 for me. Chris, agreed?
Yeah, this isn't a position he's been in so far in this tournament. He needs to chase Sara here, keep the pressure on, and hope she drops some points to level things up.
Well, I know the archers don't like us talking whilst they're shooting, but we have seen people coming back from behind.
We have, and Anders doing a fantastic job of it here. 2 10s to start the fourth end.
Ah, but Sara has found the middle of the target. Another 10. And that one looks a little low. Another super shot from Sara Lopez in Pereira in Colombia. Chris, I've got a 29
Good news,
plays at
it's
30.
raining now.
Now we hear that the precipitation has started in Pereira. Chris, 29 plays at a 30 for me. What about you?
Yeah, that first target, the bottom left for Sara, could be on the line. That could be a little bit out. Could be a 29-29, but either way, Anders hasn't made huge ground. That last arrow of his dropping low again. This isn't the same kind of consistent shooting we saw from Anders in the first matches.
No. Anders, are you at the target?
Yeah, so it's 10-9.
A 10-10-9, so a 29 for Anders. Sara, a 10-10-9.
10-10-9.
So it's still a 2-point difference. Sara Lopez in Colombia leading 117 to 115. Chris, do you think the nerves have got to these two?
Well, we saw Anders shoot so well in those first two matches, 148, 149. He's dropped more points already in this match in those first two. So something's not quite settling for him. But Sara, incredibly impressive, 117 so far. Best score through 4 ends for her in this competition, and she's shooting fantastically well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, listen, internet connections, Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff, I'm meaning that we've got to crack on because we might lose our connections. So it is time for the start of End 5 of the Lockdown Knockout Live 2020 final. Anders, still trailing by a couple of points, will shoot first. Another long hold, but a 10, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to put the pressure on Sara. But when Sara Lopez is shooting like this, it's going to be very, very tough for the Norwegian. Beautiful shot there from Anders. He has been shooting so well throughout this tournament. Well, another 10 for Sara, and her groupings on each target looking absolutely fabulous. Well, that is very close, but it looks like the best shooting from Anders so far. Sara can take the win here. And that also looks like a 10 to me. Another perfect 30. I've got that recorded as 3 30s for Sara Lopez. Chris, your call?
Yeah, I think that last arrow from Anders is a 9. There's 2 arrows on Sara's that could be, in or out, but I think she's got there. We'll need confirmation down at the target, but a fantastic performance from Sara Lopez here.
Well, let's go to Anders first. Anders, are you down at the target, and can you give us your scores?
Yes, I am. I have a 10-10-9.
A 10-10-9 for Anders, which means he finishes on a 144. Sara, what have you scored?
I have 10-10, and I don't know, but I will say it's a 9. It's really close.
You're calling it a 10-10-9, which for me puts you on a 146 and gives you the inaugural title in the Lockdown Knockout Live. Absolutely amazing stuff. Sara, how do you feel? You said it started to rain halfway through this match. You lost your Wi-Fi connection, but somehow you still came through.
Yeah, it's really hot. Then it started to rain. I'm really sorry for the Wi-Fi connection. I'm really sorry for talking when it's not my turn. I have a lot of issues with the sound right now, but I'm really happy, and thanks for putting this together. I had a lot of fun, and well, I got my goal. So thank you all for participating. It was an amazing match, and I was expecting. Thank you.
Sara, you don't have to apologize for anything. We're trying to do this crazy competition from all around the world, and you've done an incredible job, dropping just 4 points throughout the entire match, and you have walked away with this very first Lockdown Knockout crown. I mean, that must be spectacular for you.
It is because, well, I had conditions like the weather, the Wi-Fi. I was really stressed at the beginning. Like, I didn't want it to disappoint you. And everything worked so perfectly when we were trying everything, and now it's not working. And I'm really happy. I really hope I can join again a competition like this. I don't know if I will get invited because of my Wi-Fi. I'm really happy to be part of this, and I really hope you can invite me to the next one.
Sara, it was absolutely amazing, and seriously, you have absolutely nothing to worry about with your Wi-Fi connections. It's incredible. But we're just going to have a chat to your opponent in the final, Anders Faugstad. You shot so well, and young man, I have to say, you've been incredibly impressive right the way throughout this. Just a couple of points dropped in one of the ends, and then you just couldn't recover.
Yeah, it was a weird day. I didn't really get into the groove, but that's how archery is. Sometimes you hit and sometimes you don't. So yeah, but Sarah shot amazingly. So there's not really much you can do when somebody that you shoot against are shooting so good. There is no way to catch them sometimes.
Anders, honestly, you have been a revelation to me. It's been great to watch you shooting. That 149 against Mikey Schlosser a couple of days ago was incredible, and it was a privilege to be able to commentate on it. And I really look forward to seeing you in the future on the range.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, it's an incredible match, and it just turned around in one end. And once Lopez got ahead, that was it, Chris.
Well, let's be honest, when we came into this final, Anders had been shooting so well. We assumed he was the favourite to take it, but those small arrows, that critical nature of archery, he just wasn't on point. And Sara is one of the best in the world for taking advantage of any weakness in any match. Fantastic shooting.
Yeah, she was incredible, wasn't she? And that last end, she was even prepared to concede a 9 on one of the arrows.
Yeah, it's been fantastic to watch archers shoot at a high level in their own homes and their own ranges, but also be so honest about it. Obviously, we can't have judges there. We can't have the normal kind of technology we have around. But this has only worked because the archers we have competing in the sport are very, very honest.
Yeah, just incredible, hasn't it? It's been absolutely amazing. Now, I wonder whether our finalists are still there. I think Anders has stormed off in a huff. But well, look, before we go back to the archers, let's have a look at the brackets so far and how we've got to Sara Lopez being the champion of Lockdown Knockout 2020. Congratulations to her. She shot so well coming through Toya Ellison, a good friend of hers, and we saw an insight to how these two have been communicating with each other throughout this crazy lockdown period. She then went on to beat Paige Pierce 2 shoot-offs to make the final, but she didn't need a shoot-off to win the gold medal here in Lockdown Knockout Live. Chris, Anders, of course, has not stormed off. I think we may have lost his connection in Norway. I think he's going to have a little bit of Norwegian cake on National Norway Day.
It's priorities, isn't there? Anders has picked up 500 francs in prize money today. Sara has picked up 1,000 francs in prize money today. We were able to put a little bit of cash on this to make it worthwhile and something to aim for the archers. And Sara has already said, as she said earlier in this program, that she's going to be giving it away to charity, which is just a fantastic, fantastic move from a fantastic archer and a fantastic person. Very proud of Sara for doing that, and I hope that it helps people there in Colombia.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely an incredible move from Sara Lopez. Such a genuinely lovely person, donating the winnings of this tournament to local charities. And there she is. There is Sara Lopez. Now, let me just check my Spanish here. Felicidades.
Yes. Gracias.
Well, congratulations to you. You have won the inaugural Lockdown Knockout Live. How do you feel?
I'm really happy because, well, I knew it was going to be hard. I knew that he was going to shoot incredible. And to be honest, I got a little frustrated at the beginning with the connection. I had a lot of help from my family, and we were able to put this together and a great match. So I'm really happy, and also to be part of this. This is part of history, and being able to shoot with all these incredible archers and represent all the women out there. So I'm really happy.
But by my count, Sara, this is the third time that you've competed against a man in exhibition matches. We had you shoot against Mike Slosser and Antalya a couple of years ago. You shot against Jesse Broadwater in Vegas this year in the Legends match. And now you've just beaten Anders in the first women versus men match that we've hosted. That's a huge move.
Yeah, finally. This was my third time shooting against them, and I finally did it.
Hey, coming into this, Anders had been shooting so well. You were shooting outside, different conditions. Did you expect you had a chance to win this?
I will be honest, no. I just wanted to have fun, and I told my family, my goal is to be 2 points behind him today, because I knew he was going to shoot incredible. And I believe he's going to impress us in the coming years, because the way he shoots is amazing. He had the highest score all the time, and I saw him shooting in the World Champs, and it was incredible. So I'm really sure he will impress us in the future.
Yeah, I think you're right, Sara, and you're such a wonderful person to talk about your opponent in such glowing figures. He is an incredible archer and one to look forward to in the future, and I'm sure that he is going to be setting the world alight. But this is all about you. Congratulations to you for winning the inaugural Lockdown Knockout Live.
Thank you. Thank you all for putting this together. And I'm really proud to wear my uniform again. I'm so happy to represent my country, and I really hope we can see each other really soon. We have to keep strong and believe that this will end soon.
Fantastic. Great final words. I don't really know how to finish other than to say gracias, Sara Lopez. Tak skal du ha, Anders. And merci, Chris. You've been amazing throughout this tournament. And thanks to all of you. We really hope you enjoyed this, and do come back for the recurve Lockdown Knockout coming to your screens very soon.